Thank you very much, Case, and good afternoon, everyone. Good to see so many people here for our final conference of the project. I'm going to go and give you a quick, brief overview of the innovative work of ACCSEAS to date. I'm not going to go into details, that will come later from the other presentations. In case you don't know what ACCSEAS is, and there may be quite a few of you, because actually we've almost doubled the amount of delegates that we have for the previous two conferences. The purpose of the project is to improve maritime accessibility for the North Sea region, and we do this using IMO's e-navigation concept, and in particular looking at resilient positioning, navigation and timing technologies and robust e-navigation services. The project has actually almost ended. There's literally 10 days left, so it's a final conference in many sense of the word. There are 11 partners from 6 countries, all of them are here today, and we'll be happy to answer any of your questions, I'm sure. And we started right at the beginning at identifying the challenges in the North Sea region. In particular, there is a growth in offshore installations, increased shipping density, larger ship sizes, and all this is leading towards a reduction in sea space and manoeuvrability. And this is a particular problem at traffic pinch points like the entrance to the Dover Straits or to the Baltic Sea or to major ports such as here in Rotterdam. The project was designed using a systems engineering approach, and it begins as usual with the requirements capture, looking at the traffic analysis, looking at what the issues are, carrying out a risk analysis, but also looking at IMO, IALA and EU initiatives. We then went on to identify potential solutions and designing and implementing them using international standards like the S100 data exchange format, for example. We then went on to the verification and validation stage, and that's done with demonstrations and tests, and we'll see a lot more of that later on. We started by looking in detail at the challenges in the North Sea region, and we looked at traffic density, which is this picture on the left-hand side, and look how the future use of the North Sea region will impact the traffic. The green areas show where the potential wind farms are going to be in the future, and you can see there's quite a lot of conflict between existing shipping routes, particularly in the southern North Sea. We've produced risk analysis maps, such as this one on the right, and it shows there's quite a few routes that have potentially a higher risk of collision and grounding, mainly due to density of traffic. And all this is detailed in the ACCSEAS Baseline and Priorities report, but we'll go into more details about the challenges in the next presentation. We then had the first annual conference. This was 2 years ago now in Flensburg in Germany, and this covered the challenges the North Sea region, gave all the delegates an opportunity to see what we've done and give their views on it. We also proposed the e-navigation solutions, and we had the inaugural e-navigation users forum, a workshop that's worked very well indeed, and we're going to have the continuation of that forum tomorrow afternoon. We went on to design the testbed, and this is based on the e-navigation concept, and using information from IALA and IHO, again particularly with the S100. We developed the maritime cloud, which I'm sure many of you who's involved in navigation will have heard by now, but it is a secure means of communicating between the different actors, and it also provides the framework for all the different services. Now, the maritime cloud is a subject that will be covered in more detail later on. But also, the details will be available in the e-navigation architecture report, which will be published very soon. And here is the list of the solutions that we developed at the end of that process. And I'm not going to go into detail here. You will see all of these in much more detail over the course of the next day or so. But as an overview, they enhance accessibility by improving maritime safety and efficiency. And it does so by improving spatial awareness and information integrity between ship and shore. We then had the second annual conference in Edinburgh last year, and we went into much more detail on the e-navigation solutions and gave you an opportunity to feedback on what you saw, and also saw very, very basic prototypes of the services that we were producing in ACCSEAS, and that caused quite an useful debate. And there's a conference report that gives you an overview of those kind of discussions. And that helped us to move on with the fuller implementation of the solutions. And we used real and simulated environments to test these solutions after we built them. We involved both seagoing and shore-based practicing professionals to try out the solutions, and those who are used to the traditional means of maritime navigation. So they were generally mixing old and new technology, seeing how this new technology can enhance what they do already. So this forum that you can see on the right-hand side there were created. So this one was from a simulator demonstration in Gothenburg in September. So we got feedback instantaneously from the users after they produced them. Throughout the whole project, we have kept abreast of the impact of the new technology on training, and each demonstration and trial goes towards understanding the future needs of training mariners in this brave new world. Now, I'm not going to go through this in detail, but we have published, or have just published, the use of simulators in e-navigation training and demonstrations report, and we'll soon publish the training needs analysis report. Both will be on the ACCSEAS website. But these will go a long way to understanding the requirements from an educational point of view, and I think you'll find them very interesting indeed. So here we are at the third and final ACCSEAS conference. You will get to see in much more detail the solutions that we've developed and demonstrated, and get a chance to say what you think about what we've done in the project and what needs to be done in the future. But for now, I shall leave you with Thomas, who will go into much more detail about why the solutions are needed in the first place. Thank you.